Hi everyone, Kyle here. Welcome to this edition of From Around the World Fridays. This is part four of the Morocco series. We got one more part after this, so we're almost done with Morocco. If you hate it, I'm sorry. If you love it, I'm sorry as well. But as we zoom in here and we look at the map, we're focused on towards the bottom of the picture here. You'll see Ouarzazate. That's where we ended the part three. So we've made it around a lot of the country here. And so now we started the morning in Ouarzazate. We headed to, I believe it's pronounced Ait Benhaddou. You can see it just to the left there of Ouarzazate at the bottom of the screen. And then we headed over the mountains into Marrakesh. And so that's where we'll end part four here. And then part five will be about our time in Marrakesh. So let's jump into it. So we started the morning having breakfast at our riad in Ouarzazate, and we got to see a beautiful sunrise over the countryside there where we were at. Just a beautiful morning. So after breakfast, we made our way to Ait Benhaddou, where we crossed the river, which is you see the dry river there, and the town is built into the hillside a little bit. Famous place, famous for a lot of movies, which I'll get into in a second. But our first stop, again, beautiful morning, but our first stop was to see this local artist who actually has been in some of the shows and movies that have been filmed there. But we went to see him, and he showed us his art, which he'll kind of explain it here. It's kind of difficult to hear, but basically, what he was saying is that he uses all natural ingredients in his art. So everything that you see on the wall behind him, it's all natural ingredients. And so I thought that was really cool. And he makes amazing art out of it. And I got a piece from him, which I'm really excited about. I think it looks amazing. So yeah, enjoy these videos here.
Tea with sugar.
Very Moroccan.
Do you know saffron?
Yes.
You know from where?
Afghanistan?
Iran.
Morocco.
Morocco.
Yeah, it's only 200 kilometers from here, direction of Agadir. Anyway, our saffron, it's the second quality in the world. The first is in Iran, second Morocco, the third one, India. So the saffron mixed with the orange juice or hot water. Yeah, because to know the difference between fake saffron and the real saffron, just you put just a little bit in hot water. So if the water is orange, it's a real. If it's yellow, it's fake. So this is a saffron and this is indigo. Do you know indigo?
Yes.
Do you know what is indigo?
Plant?
The blue.
Yeah. There looks like stone, but it's not stone, it's a plant. It's a family of acacia. They use it for many things, the wool of carpet, the sunscreen, scarf, jeans, from this image. So the tea becomes black, saffron becomes brown, the blue, they stay always blue. Yeah, and do you smell like a creme brulee?
Yeah.
Because of the sugar.
My favorite.
Yeah. Like this.
Wow.
And so the black is a tea, the brown is a saffron, the blue is indigo, and after the colors it's fixed. It stays
Wow.
forever, and all this it's with same technique.
And the palm trees got all of this. Little guy here. I love it. Oh, great.
Instead of stopping to see that artist, we went further up the hill towards the top of the town, where we could look out over the whole town and the surrounding area. You'll see in this one picture here, uh, this that little hill that's in the distance. Right below it is a pit, and that pit is where they had constructed the arena that was used when they filmed Gladiator. So they actually filmed part of Gladiator right there, which is kind of cool. And the whole time I was there, all I could think about was saying, "Are you not entertained?" But that was kind of fun to see and learn about. These next few pictures are just and videos are just looking out from the top of the town in all directions. So enjoy the scenery.
Because it's easy to find the water. To make the agriculture.
Light diffusion.
So from the top of the town, we went down to another area on the other side of the river to this rug making collective. And you can see this lady who's making a rug. I can't believe the amount of work they do and how hard that is to actually make those rugs. And you'll see some of them here that they laid out to show us. Just incredible work. It would take me forever and I could not do it nearly as good as they do it. I don't know how they remember the patterns or anything like that. Just astonishing the skill that those women have. But I did buy a little rug that is in my kitchen now. It is. I love seeing it every day. It's a good reminder of the trip that I was on. But yeah, just amazing, amazing skill. So we made our way west through the mountains, and we made a pit stop at this restaurant here, this little area. There's some gift shops and an argon oil collective, which you'll see a picture of here in a bit. Um, but yeah, we stopped for lunch there. They got an oil change on the truck, but just beautiful views of the mountains surrounding the area. It's a great place for a pit stop. So we had lunch there, walked around a little bit, went to the Argon Oil Collective, and headed back on the road. So just after we had lunch and started back on the road, we stopped at a panoramic viewpoint, which you can see. There's really good views here, and a good view of the windy road that we were about to drive on. We drove on a lot of windy road during our time driving around the country, um, but it was worth it. There's a lot of beautiful scenery, and yeah, we made it through. It was a lot of long days of driving, but there we are, still smiling. So yeah, it was a ton of fun. So we eventually made it to Marrakesh and our riad there in town. This was our final stop, final home for the trip. You'll see some pictures of the room here and around the riad. But yeah, it was a great road trip to get to this point, and just a few days left in the trip. We also got to say goodbye to or had to say goodbye to our driver Yusuf, who was awesome. He was such a cool dude, and yeah, really glad that I got to know him during the trip a little bit, and you know, make good friends around the world. That night, we just stayed at the Riad. We were all pretty tired and exhausted from the driving the last few days. I think a lot of us were still feeling pretty sick, including myself. Um, so we hung out. We had an ordeal of trying to get McDonald's delivered to us. It took about 2.5 hours, but we got McDonald's thanks to our trip leader Sarah, and it was an amazing meal, I gotta say. But we just hung out on the rooftop, played some Uno, and talked, and had a good time as a group, and went to bed and got ready for our last couple days. All right, so next week we will finish off the Morocco trip here, exploring Marrakesh and the things we did there for a couple days. So stay tuned and get ready to enjoy some great moments.